Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Auto Accident Attorneys Podcast. I'm your host at Attorney Ali. This show is sponsored by the Auto Accident Attorneys Group, where we take care of you. You guys have probably gotten into the groove of knowing that we don't just talk about auto accidents and the law, but we bring in arborists, barbers, people that rescue dogs. We talked about mattresses. Today, I've got a very special guest. Actually, today is going to be about law, but maybe a little bit more about messaging and branding. And we will get to some information about how to take care of you. At the end of the day, this is about providing a service to the consumers that listen to this podcast. But the reason I brought today's guest on is because I've known him for a while. We've sent cases to his firm. He's been doing a great job. He's reciprocated for some out-of-state cases. I've watched his marketing and what he's been doing online, and I genuinely fell in love with what he was doing, and it falls in line with my own philosophy about branding and coming back to the community. Today, I have the TikTok famous Danny Nagel of the Nagel Law firm. Danny, thank you so much for joining me.
Man, thanks for having me, dude. It's an amazing thing to come up to your studio and your firm and get to holler at you.
I appreciate you. I know it was a long drive.
Yeah.
From, this is where you got to pick the hat up.
Yeah.
Coming from Clayco. Danny, before we jump into the hat, the t-shirt, the billboards, your hilarious social media posts, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you came to be who you are.
Sure. So, attorney Danny Nagel, as most people know me, grew up in Clayton County. I've lived all of my life in that same county, almost 42 years. Went to J.E. Edmonds Elementary School, Forest Park Middle School, Forest Park High School, same high school that Hines Ward graduated from, by the way.
Oh, I love Hines Ward.
Yeah, Super Bowl MVP.
And a UGA Bulldog.
And a UGA Bulldog.
And half Korean.
Correct. Yeah. And so I think he graduated in 96, 97, and I got there in 98. But yeah, man, I've just lived my whole life in the same county. And, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I'm not good looking enough to be an actor, not talented enough to be a musician, can't draw a circle to save my life. So I was like, I'm either got to be an accountant or I've got to be a lawyer. And the only math I like doing is on the poker table. So I was like, I guess legal field it is. And I made it happen, man, and started off doing indigent defense work, public defender work down in Henry County. Then I was a prosecutor, assistant district attorney in Clayton County for 3.5 years. And then one of my law school friends hit me up. She was like, hey, do you want to make some real money? I was like, yeah, I've got 2 kids. Like, it's hard out here. And started doing personal injury in 2017 and haven't looked back since.
That's amazing. And when you went into personal injury, at what point in time did you create your firm? What was that journey?
So the first personal injury firm I worked for was a girl from law school. It's funny because, like, I'm sure you know this, but there's a lot of dumb lawyers out there. And most of the dumb lawyers are in personal injury because it is very lucrative work. But to really succeed and really do a tremendous job for your client, like, you have to put some effort into it. And a lot of the lawyers, unfortunately, they don't. They just take the easy route, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was there for just over a year, and I was like, I can't learn anything.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
That's Jetty on today's episode.
Yeah.
She really likes Clayco.
Yeah. So I couldn't learn anything because I knew more than the owner did. And I was like, shit, I got to go somewhere where I can learn something or have a different environment. So then I went to one of the, now is one of the biggest personal injury firms in Atlanta. Like, when I went there, I was really their first personal injury lawyer. And the funny thing is, one of my colleagues at the first firm, she left, went to the big firm, and she was like, fam, like, you got to come over here. Like, this is a gold mine over here. Like, you will crush it. So I met with the owners, and we met at the restaurant. Was it Flower Child or right? It's attached to Lenox Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, crushed the interview. They're like, "Oh, we'll get back to you. We'll let you know somebody else is in contention." And I was like, "Wait, can I say a swear word on here or no?"
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I was like, "That's bullshit. Like, I already know I got this job." So they stood up. I stood up, went to shake their hand, and I knocked over a glass of water on the owner. And I was like, damn, I probably just screwed this up. Like, I probably just screwed it up. And then they made me an offer a couple of days later. And then I stayed there. They had about 400 cases. By the time I left, they were close to like 2,000 cases with like 12 lawyers in the personal injury department.
Wow.
And after my first year, I went to them. I was like, I want you to make me the managing attorney of the firm. I had no business. I just had balls. Like, I had no business asking for that. But I did it. And I was like, shit, all they can do is say no. And they say yes. And I was like, oh shit, what did I just get myself into? So I was overseeing the personal injury and a workers' comp department. I didn't know anything about workers' comp. So I learned, I know enough to be dangerous. I did that for 2 years. And I was like, man, you know what? I've made them so much money. Like, I can do this on my own. So I bet on myself. I quit that job making more money than most people see in several years of work, and opened my own firm in 2021. And I've been doing it ever since.
That's amazing. So in 21, you decided you're a Clayco kid. You told us all about the history.
Yep.
There was no question. You're like, I'm going to set up shop, and I'm going to set up shop in my neighborhood.
Yep. I was like, I'm going to be fishing out of the same pond that I've been living in for so long. Like, so many people would act like, okay, back up for a second. Most of the people that I went to high school with, they don't know any other lawyer but me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would get questions about shit that I don't even do. Family law, wills, all this other stuff. And I would, have to farm them out. But everybody gets into car wrecks. Like, it's only a matter of time. Either you get into a car wreck, your family member or a friend, somebody you know. So I've been doing that for, 4 years. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna stay where I am, because people hit me up anyway. And I just went all out, like complete, like no fear of telling people what I do and promoting myself, because shit, I think I'm the best. So I'd rather them rock with me than someone else that's not going to do a good job for them, and just completely bet on myself and unashamedly plug myself everywhere I go.
I love that. And a testament of the way that you have been self-promoting, besides the t-shirt, which also I'm sitting right across from you with our logo on the hat as well. We ran into each other at Bob Simon's event in Southern California a couple years back, when you were actually invited as a speaker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right? And that was about some of the social media stuff?
Yep. So I also run a meme page, a legal meme page. It's at Lit Attorney Memes, LITATTORNEYMEMES. And that started, like, honestly, just to like say things that I couldn't say under my own profile because I work for someone else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me not say something controversial or funny and then the ownership don't like it. So I was like, I created an anonymous meme page, and then it just kind of blew up to somewhere around 7,000 followers right now. It's been a while since I made some memes, but yeah, I just say ridiculous things like we as lawyers go through, that we can't really say because it's a bad look if we say something bad about a client whining about something or something like that. But we all think it.
I literally just, I was sharing a screenshot this morning from a comment that somebody left underneath my comment on Instagram. And that their comment said, this guy is posting with his face in the profile, public profile, and showing his address and business name. You must be a good attorney, because this takes balls, because the post that I had commented under was controversial.
Sure.
So I digress. I just think that's funny. But now that you're running your own shop, you don't have to.
Yeah, my boss is an asshole. So yeah, I can say whatever I want now. I'm not beholden to anyone else. I can do whatever.
I love that. So we have very similar stories. You were in Atlanta You went down south to Clayco. I was in California, and I came back to, well, we're in it right now,
Right.
where I grew up. Actually, I don't know if I've ever told you this. This building that we're sitting in here right now, my junior year of high school, this was a Wachovia, and this is where I opened my very first checking account.
That's dope. And how good of a feeling is that for you to like tell your kids and eventually grandkids and your employees like, yo, y'all don't know the history behind this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I bounced the check here.
Fuck you, Wachovia. I bought it now.
I actually bought it from Wells Fargo, so Wachovia was long gone. I never got that chance, but it feels nice. But the point being, there is something that sits really nicely in my heart about what you're doing in going to where you grew up. I don't know if this is a controversial take or not, but when I decided to move to where I grew up, not a great personal injury market, right? So there's a little bit of difference there, but you know, I try to do what I can for the community. You asked if I live close by. I live a stone's throw away. I wanted to make sure like the building looked a particular way. I wanted to fit into the community. Along those lines, I think that what you're putting up in your community is, there is a big complaint about billboard attorneys.
Yes.
You see them everywhere. Your billboards are fucking epic. I hope did you bring pictures that we could put onto the camera? How many different billboards do you have? How many different like sayings?
So I have a total of 20 billboards. They range from just to
Can you spell that out for our listeners?
YUHHHHHH.
So this is a personal injury attorney billboard. No, it doesn't say, there's no telephone number. Jetty wants to see the pictures too.
You want to see? Come on, Jenny.
No telephone numbers, no website. And it's hot. Are they all hot pink?
No. So the only thing I have on the billboards is the saying and then the phone number. That's it. And the phone number is 833 Clayco 1.
Okay.
So-
833 Clayco 1. You hear that?
So here's an example of a recent billboard that just says "Ain't no way," and that came about because of my neighbor. Like, he and I work out, and I told him that I got more billboards, and I was just like, "What should I put on there?" And he's like, "Bro, you got to put 'Ain't no way' because you say it all the time," and so that's what it is. It's just "Ain't no way." And the yeah was the very first billboard that I came up with, because it's so irritating and cheesy and lame to put up a billboard with rhyming things on it. Like, I make fun of Nick Schneider all the time. Like, he's a good buddy of mine. I'm sure, I send him cases, but it's like, everybody, like, God damn it, Johnny Cochran. Like, if the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. Like, law school, stop teaching that shit. Like, stop teaching people that you have to rhyme for a theme. Like, you definitely don't. So I just get so agitated when I see it. I was like, I put on Facebook, I'm just going to put a billboard that says "yeah," and that's it. And then it was almost a year later, and that's when I did it.
Was that the first one?
That was the very first one.
Talk to me about the idea.
Anytime I would get frustrated or anything, I would just think about the idea of putting a billboard that says something so crazy and outlandish. It would make me feel better. And so the next step was, my wife was like, well, you've got to get the phone number. So I thought of many different iterations of Clayco. Like, I wanted to keep it focused where I was putting the billboards, right? And so I was like, I'm not going to use the word lawyer, law firm, legal, rec, check, money, nothing. Like, I want people to be like, what is that, to get their attention. So step number one is Clayco. All right. People from Clayton County have a very, very strong sense of pride of being from Clayco. Because if you look at the media, it's like, Clayco is so bad. Their schools suck. Their sheriff is this. The crime is this. The people are this, and blah, 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 right? So I'm like, man, screw all that. Like, I'm going to put Clayco in here. So I came up with the phone number. Then the next step was, all right, how can I get people's attention? And so I thought back to that Facebook post. And then the next billboard was Clayco Till I Die. And that came about, I was doing a...
I feel like you got to show the camera the shirt right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see? Clayco. Hold on. stand up a little bit. Clayco Till I Die. There we go.
I love it.
Yeah. And I gave away 600 of these shirts at Forest Park Day earlier this year. And I see random people wearing it just
I
out and
love it.
about.
I love it.
And every time they do, like I saw this lady wearing it, I bought her meal. I'm like, hey, you're wearing my shirt, your meal's on me. Like, so if I see you out with a Clayco Till I Die shirt, your meal's on me.
You hear that, Clayco? If you're listening,
Yeah.
Danny Nagel, yeah.
The Clayco Till I Die came about. I was doing a Hispanic Heritage Festival in Jonesboro, and I got up on stage, and I was like, Clayco, I've been here, I've never left. This is where I'm from, and blah blah blah. And then my best friend, when he was retelling the story, he was making it seem like I was throwing up gang symbols like Clayco, and I was pulling out a gun and shooting it off like Clayco Till I Die. And so I was like, I like that. I'm gonna put it on a billboard. And so I did.
I've heard that story actually. Are you packing right now?
This is not not gonna confirm nor deny. Here's another one. It says Clayco for life. This way.
Right here.
Oh, this one. All right, there we go. Clayco for life. And that billboard, I actually have both sides of that billboard. The other side says hashtag Southside.
That's all the billboard says?
Yeah, that's it. It just says hashtag Southside 833 Clayco 1.
Yes, there's a telephone number there, but it's not like 1-800 wreck car, right? Even the number is Clayco.
Yes.
You are pouring back into the community that raised you, and I think that should be commended.
Yeah, here's one of the billboards right there. I have two of them that say One of them is on Terra Boulevard, down in Lovejoy, and then the other one is on Forest Parkway near 75 in the International Farmers Market.
That's amazing. So a total of how many different sayings?
I just showed y'all Ain't No Way. I've got another one that says not just where I'm from, it's in my DNA. I got another one that says never left, never will. Then I have the Then I have Clayco Till I Die. Then I have Southside. Then I have one in Spanish that just says ¿Qué onda?, which means like what's up in Spanish. Like that's all it says, ¿Qué onda?. And then the colors of the billboard are green, white, and red.
Nice.
And then so I put the Mexican flag colors on there. So 7 or 8 different phrases. I'm gonna have one that says if you know, you know, but just the letters IYK.
Yeah.
That's all the billboard's gonna say.
Yeah. I'm glad that you left that billboard as the last one to review, because I think what's going on with your approach to marketing, if you go to any coaching program or these guys that are telling you to like how to market, I'm sure that would be the last recommendation. They'd be like, no, you have to, you gotta call to action, how to contact you. It doesn't have that, but I think that it's more powerful. I do believe it's a longer term play, but it's going to be so much more powerful because then that becomes you. It's almost like if you know, you know. It's almost like the cool kids. They're like, oh, you guys don't know what that is. I do.
So the first 2 months that the rollout was 2 billboards. The first couple months we would get, I don't know, 70, 80 phone calls a day.
Off of billboards.
Just the billboards.
70 phone calls a day.
Yep. Like I had to hire a whole receptionist because like I didn't have really a permanent receptionist that all they did was just take phone calls. But now
it's such an outlier for people put billboards up. They don't get that kind of.
Bro, there's a whole psychology behind this. I'm either a genius or I'm dumb as hell. Either way, I'm having fun.
I love it.
But my psychology behind it was to prove that billboards work. Remember, I worked at a big firm that had billboards all over the place. And my job as the managing attorney, I looked at where the cases came from. And almost none of them came from billboards. I mean, you're a business owner. You have billboards. Like, you're going to look, is this a wise investment for me? And I would bet my entire operating account that people who say they saw you and called you because of a billboard is less than 5% of your total client list.
That's precisely it.
If that's the case, then why are lawyers still doing it? My opinion is they're just doing it for vanity purposes. If you look at most lawyers' billboards, and I'm not trying to shit on you or anybody else, it is what it is. They put their picture on it. Man, nobody gives a fuck what you look like. You know how many clients have asked me what I look like? Zero. Like, Bo, look at me. Look at me. Nobody cares if this eye is lazy or not. They just want to know, can you represent me? Are you going to be thorough? And are you going to get me better and get me compensated? So that's why I don't have my picture on my billboards, right? Like, also, I believe that when you do that, you're just like everybody else. Like nobody, I don't care who it is, nobody can say they have a billboard like me unless they're copying me now, which a couple people have started to do, which I love it. Like I'm trying to change the game in personal injury marketing. That's my goal, is to change the game, because no matter what people do, they can't do what I'm doing. Like I'm the first, right? So I wanted to prove that billboards work if you do it correctly, right? So the second step, and I'm giving people free game. Like this is free game for all the lawyers or business people out there. You don't have to necessarily have the business out there, at least not for lawyers. I'm not advertising for people who just got into a wreck. I'm advertising for people who will get into wrecks. Literally took a phone call today. A lady saw my billboard 7 months ago. She got into a wreck a week ago. Guess who she called? Me. Because when you call the billboard, if it's after 6 o'clock, you're speaking to me. I've taken phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning, and they were like, oh, I thought this was a rap album. Oh, I thought this was the Police. Oh, I thought it was a funeral home. Like people come up with all kinds of wild stuff on what they think it is. I went viral on the Nextdoor app. People were sending me screenshots. I went viral in a Facebook group dedicated to Clayton County.
They were still calling.
Yes, because when they call, we tell them, hey, I have the speech down. Hey, are you calling about the billboards? Yes. What's that about? Oh, it's my marketing campaign for my law firm. I do car wrecks, workers' comp, anything where somebody gets hurt. Oh, okay. And if they don't hang up immediately, I'm like, I'm from Clayton County. I've lived here for my entire life. I'm just trying to be different than all the other billboard lawyers out there. Have you ever called a billboard before? Never. So my billboard worked? Yes.
That's incredible. You need to be a case study in university marketing classes. So I know that's coming up soon.
I don't know if these PI gurus would have me speak at their things, because I'm telling them to do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing.
Maybe not at their conferences, but at a university marketing class, maybe some Edward Bernays theory.
Yeah.
Hey, Jetty, come on.
She smells my dog, Gypsy. It's all good.
She likes authenticity.
Okay.
She's attracted to it. That's what it is.
If a dog doesn't like you, you're a bad person. Like
I agree.
If my dog growls at you or tries to bite you, like you're a bad person. So the fact that she likes me just lets me know I'm doing right. All right. But also really quickly, the billboards, I also don't just leave the billboards and let them do nothing, right? They're not static. They are all over my social media, which a lot of lawyers don't do. They just put the billboard up, and, maybe their friends or family there, and they're like, look, my mom took a picture of me. And like, bro, like, okay. Or they'll take a picture of themselves, like, great, you should know what you look like. Like, it's a vanity thing, right? Me, I put them shits in my social media. I use them in background for the music video that I did. Like, I put them in my song. I've got merch.
I want to address what you're saying about leveraging the expense, because that's, you essentially pay for like an office building. It's massive real estate. It'd be like a huge mortgage to carry the cost of billboards. You've got it in real life, and then you take the images and you're using it on social to get more traction. Which leads me now to the question of the music video. We're friends. I follow you.
Yes.
I don't know how I missed this. What music video?
Oh, bro, I gotta tell a story. Shout out to Asian A. Beside from being a full-time lawyer and like actually litigating cases and doing depositions and writing motions and stuff like that, I'm my own marketer. I don't have a marketing team, an official one, right? Like all of my employees, they're independent marketers.
Yeah.
Right. So one day I'm going through Instagram. I come across a local artist. Her name is Asian A, and she's a rapper. And I was like, oh, shoot, I'm just going to take a chance on her and DM her and see if she wants to do a collab or something, right? So I did. And I DM'd her management team too. Like I hit them both, right? And they hit me back and was like, yeah, we would love to do something. Next day in my email, they sent the song. And I was like, oh, damn, I didn't expect all that. Like they went real, like, bro, I promise you, it was less than 24 hours. She had laid down a whole song. I don't call it, this is her saying, it's not a jingle, it's an anthem. It's a whole anthem. And so I'll play it.
You reached out to her 24 hours later. She's like, this is what I have for you.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Asianae, Asianae, the Asianae on Instagram. So she made a whole song, and the song is on Spotify. Like when we go out, like when I ride in my car, that's the first song that I put on just to get myself in the mood of turning up.
Just put it up to your mic.
You never heard of Danny Nagel and the Nagel Law firm? Huh? Then it must be billboards that say Clayco Till I Die. Who that is? Danny Nagel, Nagel Law firm. He that gospel. Any type of injury, car wreck, on the die, slip and fall. If you hurt, get up with Danny a call.
Is there a video right now?
Serving the state of Georgia. Just call this number if you need the best lawyer. Hey, slow beat, don't eat. What you waiting on? Like the phone. Somebody ran the light and hit you. Now pick up your phone. 833 Clayco.
Listen.
Then you add the one. 833 Clayco. Then you add the one. 833 Clayco. Then you add the one. Danny Nagel, Nagel Law, he gon' get it done. 833 Clayco, huh? Then you add the one.
And you're in the video.
I am. And the thing is, that anthem is exactly 60 seconds. So I'm running that on Streets 94.5. Shout out to my girl, Angelique Cummings, Angie, who's my rep over there. I run that ad on the radio, and it's just the song.
I'm never going to forget it. 833 Clayco, then you add the one.
Then you add the one.
That's absolutely brilliant. And if you're listening, you guys check out Asianae. Shout out Asianae. Clearly, if she's able to throw that onto the tracks in 24 hours,
That's what
she's talented.
I was like, yo, what am I even supposed to do with this? Like, I can't just take it. Like, so we worked out a deal. And so she's like a brand ambassador for us, and just went on tour with Benny the Butcher. So she came to perform at our 3rd anniversary party.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Danny, I want to change gears on you a little bit.
Okay.
Obviously, this podcast is consumer facing. You gave a lot of great information. Consumers could use it too, but I think it's really, like you said, Jay-Z said, I'm giving you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. You just did that. You didn't have to sign up for a conference. We put it out for free. Thanks, courtesy Danny Nagel.
Right.
Let's have a conversation about some of the things that you see day in and day out. I like to address topics or issues that people probably don't know that are even issues, or problems that they don't consider until they're faced with it. Whether it's 1, 2, your top 3. Give me something that you feel like your clients, that you've had to help your clients through, that you see either that it's a common theme or it's something that they could prevent maybe ahead of time. You know what I'm talking about?
For sure. Nope.
Okay.
I got it. I have a saying. There's 3 things in life you don't want to go cheap on: health insurance, car insurance, and toilet paper. And the reason why is because when you need it, you don't want the cheapest version. Like you go to a restaurant or you go to somebody's crib and you got to use the bathroom. If they got that 1-ply sandpaper stuff, bro, you're like, yo, y'all tripping. So we keep 3-ply.
Why is that so true? When it's a real emergency, when it's super necessary, that's when you're stuck with that single ply that you need to.
Yeah. You use the whole roll at one time.
Oh, that's good, Danny.
Yeah.
That's good.
I ran that as an ad too. Like that saying, I ran that as an ad.
I like that.
The problem is most people are ignorant when it comes to car insurance. Like it's a pet peeve to hear the words full coverage. Like,
you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah. I was a whole lawyer. I was a whole lawyer 5 years into the game and had no idea that full coverage was a myth until I started doing personal injury work. I was like, oh, shoot, this is crazy. And I do a lot of my own intakes. So when I'm talking to prospective clients, I educate them. And they'll use words like full coverage. I'm like, hold on a second, let me help you out. There's no such thing, right? And so the insurance industry has done a fabulous job of conditioning people, Progressive, only pay for what you need. Bitch, I need all of it. What do you mean? You're in good hands with Allstate and we'll get you the best rates. No, they're selling you a bag of crap.
Mm-hmm.
You know this, uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. People don't know to ask for that,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm just going to get the cheapest thing and liability to others. Okay, but what happens when, you're going to work and a drunk driver slams into you and they don't have any insurance?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to be kicking yourself because the price difference between the cheapest thing and something that actually protects you is negligible. Like, I get it. Times are tough and money's hard. Like, I get it. But I promise you, your future self will thank you for that investment into yourself.
When we're talking about uninsured motorist or underinsured motorist protection, between the reduce by and add-on, that difference is negligible, but it's such a massive difference that it makes. But I've been running sort of like experiments because I'm like, I don't have the technology to plug in the laptop to show as I'm doing an episode to show what I'm showing on the screen. But what I want to do is go through some different purchase options. So I've just been doing it on my own on weekends. It does double when you go from liability and you add the UM, it absolutely doubles, but it also makes sense because you're getting an entirely new set of coverages just didn't exist. If you have liability only, the chances of any exposure to the insurance company is minimal. Something else that's interesting that we actually had a broker on, and they had shared that Allstate is pushing MedPay on consumers heavy. They're trying to steer them away from UM and steer them towards MedPay, $50,000, even $100,000 worth of MedPay. And they had studies, and it said, try and settle the UM before they retain counsel. They have studies Allstate did for, I think this was back in 2024. So in 2023, the difference in payout that Allstate had was 150% more for counsel represented UM claims than ones that they were settling directly with the insured on their own. I've been proselytizing as much as I can. The insurance is, it's such an important thing. Do you run into situations, Danny, where your client has the UM or MedPay, but they direct you not to open a claim with their insurance company? And what is that conversation like?
Yep. So that happens a lot. We try to tell them in the beginning, like when I'm doing the intake, I let them know we're setting up a claim with both insurances. And the reason for that is if we don't do it now, they could potentially pull coverage on you and now you're left holding the bag. So we let them know. And I said, it doesn't mean we're going to use them. We just need to let them know that something happened. And shout out to Dr. John Giovanelli. He didn't invent this. He was just the person that I got this information from. It was in a Facebook group. There's actually a statute in Georgia that you're probably familiar with that says that an insurance company cannot raise your premiums if you are not at fault. Now, we know that insurance companies probably, well, they just don't follow the law. So they'll try to do that. But there's a statute that protects Georgians that if you are not at fault and you use your uninsured motorist coverage or underinsured motorist coverage, they cannot raise your rates. So we tell the client that, like, listen, you've been a customer for how long? 4 years. How much you pay a month? $80-something. Okay, you do the calculation, 8 times 10 is $800, $960 times 5, and you spent like $40-something $100 on this, and you're just going to let them get away with it? Like, no. And I'm like, you should probably switch insurance companies every 3-4 years anyway, or tell them to stop raising your rates. But anyway, we go through that conversation with them. And if they're still insistent on not doing it, then I get it in writing and have them sign it. It's like, your lawyer has advised you, we as your lawyers have advised you that we need to do this and you're refusing to. And, you can't come back on us and be like, why am I in this messed up situation? Well, we told you and you didn't do it. But I would say I've only had maybe one person ever really stick to their guns about not opening up a claim. Most people get it and they understand. It does happen, but we just try to educate them and be like, don't worry, you're protected. And either way, if you're that seriously injured and you need this money, are you really going to care that your premium went up $55 when you're going to get 10 grand up front?
Right.
The
sad thing is that the official code of Georgia annotated prohibits a surcharge on premiums for using a product that you've purchased when you're not liable, but they can raise it for any other reason whatsoever. So that's what makes it a little bit difficult for the consumer, but they should be educated that that's going to happen anyways.
Correct.
So don't let them bully you into being so scared to using the product that you've been paying for. That's the wildest thing. They've done, the lobby has done such an amazing job.
Man, listen, the best marketers out there are insurance companies. I don't know what movie it was from. I think it was Chris Rock or Chris Tucker, and they were talking about insurance. He's like, man, insurance is a bullshit name. It should be called in case of. That's what insurance should be called, because I don't need it, but for in case of somebody hitting my car.
Yeah.
Or in case I get sick or something like that. But
in case my house burns down.
yeah, in case of something happening, right? Otherwise, you don't need it. So you pay for it, right? To protect, with the idea that they're going to do the right thing and make you whole when they're needed. Because otherwise, they're just taking profit. But they've done a masterful job of making us look bad when we're the ones out there helping you, right? And then the flip side is they make you scared to want to use it. And it's like, bruh, a Coca-Cola used to cost what, a nickel back, 70 years ago?
Yeah.
Like a 20-ounce Coke now is what, like $2 and something? Like prices go up. They don't go down.
Well, one of the interesting things about the insurance lobby talking about the way they use the terminology, ambulance chaser or billboard attorney or rent seekers, or, like just really pejorative language, there has been a rise in personal injury attorneys. What they fail to see is that there's a direct correlation to personal injury attorneys and firms and the decreased payouts. When they decided to change the way that they pay out on claims, when that whole McKinsey and Company did their study and revamped how Allstate did claims, and they tied the C-suite, the executive level compensation packages to how much premiums are collected versus how many claims are paid out. They stopped doing what they were meant to do. So then there became a need for an advocate for the consumer to go and get that money. What's wild in this, I truly believe this, if insurance companies next year decided to completely change their model and do what they were meant to do, we'd be out of business.
Correct.
There would be no need for us at all.
Yep. Yep.
But
100%.
you're clearly a good enough marketer to figure something else out. I'll figure something else out. I want them to change so that that product exists. But as long as they're going to be bullshitting around, the consumer should know that the insurance company is not your friend. We are the only ones, whatever they label us, we're the only ones that are advocating on your behalf, and you're not even coming out of pocket to pay us up front. We take a portion of what we get for you. So we're your best friends.
Yeah. The thing is, insurance companies, they'll just straight up lie to the client. Yeah, we'll set you up with a doctor. We'll find you a doctor. No, they're not.
Right.
They're never, ever going to find you a doctor. Like,
Right.
I talk to clients who will call me 2 weeks after a wreck, and I'll be like, okay, have you seen anybody? No, I was talking to XYZ insurance company, and they said that they're going to let me know when it's approved. Boy, what?
Right.
What?
Right. Another one that we get a lot is that, I talked to the insurance company and they told me that they would pay all of my medical bills plus $2,000. And I'm like, did you get that in writing? Before you sign up with us, before you have any commitment, get it in writing. They'll pay for all medical bills up until the first 10 days. And then another $2,000. So it's like in 10 days, you can't even get your first doctor's appointment done in 10 days.
Yeah.
That's like, that little nuanced language that they throw in there, the caveats that you don't know until it's too late.
If they did the right thing, dude, I would go back to prosecuting criminals or defending people charged with crimes.
Yeah.
And that was fun work.
If they go back to doing the right thing, you're going to end up being a marketing coach is what you're going to Usually towards the end of the show, what I like to do is turn it over to the guest and give you an opportunity to speak to the viewers or listeners. If there is something that you feel like I should have asked you that I didn't, or if there's something in your heart that you want to share, this is your opportunity to lay it out there.
It's more on the marketing side. It's like another reason why I don't put my face on the billboard and why I believe one of the reasons why I've been so popular in Clayton County is that there are not too many 6'2" white dudes that put on for Clayton County or the South Side. I ran these discussions by people and they are like, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's going to work. And it's like, you know what? Like every bad thing that somebody could possibly say about me, I just lean into it. Whoever is listening to this, whatever doubts you may have, whatever insecurities you may have, whether you're balding or messed up teeth or your eyes are crooked or whatever, like fuck all that, man. Lean into it. Like remember Eminem in 8 Mile where he like disses himself at the very end and then he hands the mic to Papa Dog and he's just like can't say anything. It's like if you lean into those things, nobody can say anything else against you. And so that's what I've done. And I flipped the script again, just like Eminem did in 8 Mile. Nobody can say anything about me that I haven't already said about myself. So don't listen to the detractors. Don't listen to people distracting you. Take those perceived weaknesses, make them your strengths, and then can't nobody mess with you.
I love that. I love you, Danny. You're a great guy. I wish you all the success. I really appreciate you coming to spend some time with me. We got to get back out to Southern California together.
Oh, dude. Yes, sir.
That'd be a good time. Everybody, I hope you got something out of today's episode. If you did, please comment. If you're watching a clip on social, drop us a like, leave a comment there, share this with friends. If you have the opportunity, click that subscribe button down there at the bottom right-hand corner. Mom, I love you very much. Thanks for always listening. I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.